Immigration, we are live. So get in and let's get right into it. We are talking about the latest news in immigration, and we will be talking about what's going on with USCIS, what's going on with Capitol Hill, what's going on with immigration courts, of course, and what's going on with CBP and what's going on with ICE. So you better get in so we can get right into it. 2023, the year ahead of us. What are you planning? What are your plans? We're going to talk about your plans. This is part two. We already did part one when we actually talked about reviewing the year 2022. We talked about USCIS policies, Biden policies. You can refer back to my previous video on the year ahead 2023 and the year in review 2022. So this is part two. We are going to first start with latest immigration news. Let me just get right into the latest immigration news. Okay. The first news is that, well, USCIS announces trial for updates to the naturalization test. It looks like they're going to come up with a new test. Okay. The civic test. If you haven't taken your test yet, perhaps this is the time because they're gonna improve the test. It says here, let me read it. It says the Department of Homeland Security published a notice in the Federal Register announcing that USCIS Citizenship and Immigration Services plans to conduct a trial for updates to the current naturalization test. They're gonna do a trial and later on, probably they're going to change the test, right? The naturalization test has 4 components: reading, writing, civics, and ability to speak English, okay? So they're saying that the reading and the writing portion of the naturalization test are standard, but the purpose of the trial are to test a civics component with updated format and content and a newly developed English-speaking component that could become standard. Okay, so they're gonna do a trial and probably they're gonna come up with a new test. Okay, so that's the first news. Okay, the second news is that DHS and DOL, Department of Labor, announced availability of additional H-2B visas for the fiscal year 2023, okay? Then we have USCIS updates the policy to automatically extend the green card for naturalization applicants, which is good. If you apply for US citizenship and your green card has already expired and you don't have a response yet for your naturalization, while your green card has been automatically extended, okay, which is good. DHS announces registration for TPS for Ethiopia. Come on, Ethiopia TPS, you can apply now. It's already there. Let's go ahead and apply for TPS. You can call me 202-751-2180. You can email me as well. So we can apply for TPS for Ethiopia, okay? Yeah. What else we have here? Yeah, that's about it for great news, as far as great news is concerned. Let me get some questions first. Where's the questions here? Okay. It says, can you give me your number? I want to set up a consultation. Dennis Alex, if you need a consultation, well, you need to go, basically, you can call, right? 202-751-2180. I'll send you the link for consultation, but the link for the consultation is in the description box. I'm going to put it right there. You can just go ahead and do it, right? So I'm going to put the link. You can just go ahead and schedule it. What else? Let me see another shot. Oh, top shot. Okay. What else? I should know the good morning, Adiola. Good morning. If marry a green card holder in US, can I marry her? Will I get a green card or not? Badokunta Malikera. If you marry if you marry a green card holder, if you are not within a lawful status, what's gonna happen is you have to apply for a waiver of unlawful presence and leave the country after the waiver is approved and do consular processing. So the suggestion is to pretty much either wait for the person to become U.S. citizens if you are not within a lawful status, so you can actually just adjust here. But remember that green card holder, you cannot adjust here if you are not within a lawful status. You have to be within a lawful status to adjust in the U.S. once you marry a green card holder. Otherwise, the process is different. You apply for a waiver, I-601A. Once it's approved, you go out. Then you do consular processing. Okay, that's how it works with green card holders if you are not within a lawful status. Let me look again. Yeah, I'm trying to find out if there's more questions. Is it a regular process duration time? Green card order takes like, first of all, for it to get approved, it takes like 2.5 years. So I've gone to the interview since 2022. Now I've not heard from USCIS. Idore, you need to call USCIS. Yeah, you just have to call them. Good morning, Sam Kamau. Good morning, how are you? We're taking questions, and because I'm doing this live on my phone, right? That's why I keep bending down to look on those questions. Yeah, good morning, how are you? We're doing live talking about immigration. As usual, of course, that's our main topic here. So we're talking about the year ahead. What is the plan? If somebody has a plan, they have to do it, because we don't know how 2024 is gonna turn out, who's gonna be in power. Some of the policies for Biden are still in place, and remember that the prosecutorial discretion memo that was vacated, the court has heard argument, right? The U.S. court has heard argument, but they're gonna come with the response until next June. Next year, 2023, this is big. This is something to actually wait for, because once that memo is reinstated, what's gonna happen is it's gonna be, some people will be able to dismiss their cases, terminate removal proceedings, move with USCIS, or do something, with their cases. So especially people who do not have any solution. So instead of being deported, it's gonna be better to terminate the case. So it's something to just wait for until next year, 2023. By June, that's when the Supreme Court will bring some type of answer. Okay, so do we have any other question? You're welcome. Can you send me the number? Which number? USCIS number? So USCIS number is the same number. If you look at your receipt, you find the number. Let me see here. USCIS customer service number. Customer service number. Yeah, it's 800-375-5283. You can find it on your receipt notice, okay? That's the same number. You call them. Oh, we need to look at the messages again. Okay. So, hi, any news about the reform? Ivan, there's no news about the reform that I know of. Yeah, really nothing going on with those people. To be honest with you, really there's nothing. They were pushing for DACA, but up to now, I haven't heard anything that came out of it. So we have to wait next year and see what's gonna come up. They're gonna come up with. But really, to be honest with you, there's nothing. Hi, how long does it take to reopen? BA motion to reopen. Oh, how long it takes? Well, you send the motion to reopen. Right now, it depends, right? If you're a TPS holder, what they said that it's gonna take up to 90 days for them to reopen a case, based on that, how do you call it? That settlement. But usually, it might take up to 6 months. Ideola, what about TPS for Nigeria? My friend, we do not have any TPS for Nigerian available, unfortunately. How long do you think an expedited for an individual hearing will take place? Expedited for an individual hearing? I don't know. What do you mean, how long? Is it possible to get a VAWA case expedited or work authorization that is under VAWA? Yes, it is possible to get expedited, but you have to have a reason, right? Expedited request. Why do you want to expedite your request? Because everybody's waiting on the line. Why they have to take yours first? So you have to have a reason. The common one is humanitarian reasons, welfare, if you experience extreme hardship or sickness of a family member, death of a family member that you have to work for to compensate for the bills, stuff like that. You can ask. It's a case-by-case basis. And VAWA, if you do not have a lawyer, you have to send that in writing. Okay? If you call them, they're not going to do it. They're just going to refer you to send it to some online or in writing to their address, physical address. Let me get another question. Adeola, why are you laughing? There's not TVS. Adeola, you need to apply for something else. What about marriage? Good faith marriage, okay? Good faith marriage. What about that? What about employment? Good morning. How long it takes to get work permit after I do my biometric? Well, how long it takes to get work permit after you do your biometric? You just have to go to USCIS and look at processing times, okay? And look at your receipt for your work permit. It's gonna tell you where your application went to, what center, based on what center it went to. They have a processing time. If you're applying under marriage, it takes at least a full year. If it's asylum, first time, it's supposed to take 30 days, but you know, you might have to call them and remind them of that. If it's asylum first time, if it's a renewal, my friend, is taking like 12 months, 8, 7, depending on what center. You just have to check USCIS.gov, processing time. You look at your receipt, you see what center your application went to, then you look, then you'll see. Okay. Is there any change in citizenship test? That's what they're planning, Mimi. That's what they're planning for next year. They're gonna make a trial next year. So they haven't done it yet, but they're announcing that they're gonna change next year. They do a trial for it. Okay. So let's see. Good morning. Any update we get 22 about F4 visa category? Ahmed, to be honest with you, I don't know. When it comes to F4, those long, you just have to look at the visa bulletin, right? You look at the visa bulletin, you see what's current. If it says that your visa is current, then you can hope. But if it doesn't show that the visa is current, then you just wait. Oh, you're waiting for your second hearing, but I sent an expedite due to the death of my I submitted death certificate, the court, but any. Oh, if I know how long it's gonna take. Well, you need to, well, I don't know, to be honest. I don't know, Adeola, how long it's gonna take to get the expedite request for them to expedite your trial, individual hearing trial. What you have to do is you can call them and find out about the status of it. Did you file a motion? Because of the way you work in court, you have to file a motion to expedite your hearing. So did you just send the certificate or did you file a motion? Because in court, when somebody files thing, it has to be formal, you see? there's some type of formality with court filings. So if you just send a certificate, they're probably just sitting there. They're not going to do anything with it. It has to be like a motion, and you have to do you file it properly according to the manual, practice manual. So if you have a lawyer, then that's what they're supposed to do, file a motion and follow up on it. Hamed, oh, you're welcome, Hamed. I believe my attorney filed that. Thank you so much, ma'am. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Adeola. Yeah, so, yeah, exactly. That's what the lawyer is supposed to do, to file a motion to expedite. So if you don't know the answer yet, you can call your lawyer to follow up on it. You even yourself can call too if you have your alien number. You can call the court to follow up and say the motion to expedite my hearing was filed on such and such date. I want to know the status of it. You see, that's what you do. So what is the plan? The plan is, if you have something to file, now is the time. We're talking about, let's say, if we're talking about family base, what is the advantage? The advantage is, one of the advantages is that while public charge is not followed the way it was followed before, it's not followed strictly. So you're not going to be penalized on the public charge the way Trump was doing it, right? That's one of the advantage right now under Biden. Another thing is that, well, expedited requests, that's really looking at those things, really, to be honest, especially with extreme hardship and stuff like that, they're really looking at it. It's not like before, you send it, you call them, you don't see anything, but at least now, if you meet the requirement for expedited requests, they can get it done. So this is the time. If you need the consultation, phone number is 202-751-2180. You can just check on any of my videos. The consultation link is in the description box. Just schedule a consultation. You don't need to call me. You just schedule it online, okay? So let's see. Let's see if we have more questions. Uh-oh. Yeah, I keep bending down because I'm doing this live on my phone. That's why I'm just like keep bending down. Okay. So, good morning. I filed pleading to continue. Court, how long does it take for them to call me? They're not gonna call you. You need to call them. Bella, you're the one who's gonna call the immigration court. They will never call you. Forget that. They do things in writing. So if you want to find out about the status of your motion to continue, yeah, just call the court, give your alien number, and ask them, I would like to know the status of my motion that I filed on such and such date. And you tell them the title of your motion. I had master last, and they canceled my appointments. Has been 11 months. Well, you still have to call them to find out about the status of it. If they cancel it themselves, they have to give you a new date. So if you don't see it, you should call them. The reason you're calling them because you don't want to miss out, because they're going to say, oh, you failed to appear, but because they have to provide you with proper notice, right? Notice to appear. It has to be served properly. So if you don't see anything, yeah, just follow up with them. I don't know what address they have, because court does things in writing. How can a job with a federal government? How can a job with a federal government help an immigrant or asylee? So my questions are so many. Oh my gosh, Ado, how can they help you? Like sponsor you? Hi, good morning, God bless you. I have my asylum case pending for almost 5 years now. What an advice for me can I do? Asylum pending for 5 years. Can you expedite it? Do you have any reason to expedite your asylum case? You can file an expedited request. You call them. You go to, first of all, you go to USCIS.gov, look under expedited request and see if you meet the requirement, okay? If you meet the requirement, you call them and say you want to expedite your request, for the reasons that you think you have, because you want them to expedite your petition so you can go to the interview. If it doesn't work, some people just sue USCIS. You file a lawsuit. The lawsuit doesn't mean that your response is going to be positive. It just means that USCIS is going to actually interview you. And based on the merits of your case, then they'll make a determination. There's only two ways: expedite request and lawsuit. If you cannot do both, you just wait. That's it. You'll get that. There's only two ways with those delays: lawsuit or expedited request. Whatever is easier for you, that's the one you choose. Okay. No, Adeola, there's no such a thing like them helping you with citizenship. They can sponsor you, but remember, you still have to meet the requirement for adjustment of status. Like if an employer sponsors you, and if you happen to be in non-lawful status, still there's a how do you call it? The wall is still there. They can sponsor you using I-140 based on the job, right? They sponsor you, I-140 get approved, but the question becomes, are you gonna adjust status? If you're not within lawful status, unless you have a 245 as an exception, there's no way to adjust status, you see? No, I don't think they will do it. Adeola, no. There's only one formal way: the employer sponsor you, and if you meet the requirement for adjustment of status for the green card, then you adjust status. That's it. You're welcome, Yogeta. You're welcome. So let me, I think this is it, right? We have answered all your questions. We're talking to you about your plan for 2023. If there's something you have to do, you better do it now that some of those Biden policies are still in place, because we don't know how it's going to turn out in 2024, right? So if somebody's going to come in power and start changing all those immigration policies again, we don't know. And something to watch for is next year, June 2023, the Supreme Court is going to come back with a decision on prosecutorial discretion, whether that memo for prosecutorial discretion is going to be reinstated or not. We will know next year in June. So we have at least 6 months from now. So what else? Nothing else. So we're going to end this live session. Comment below. I'm gonna put my link there for consultation. If somebody needs a consultation, just schedule it. Consultation fees apply. Just schedule it, okay? So what do you mean they cancel, Bella? What do you mean by they cancel your master hearing? They cancel it or they remove you? I don't understand what you mean they cancel it. They cancel it because they want to reschedule it, or they're canceling it because they basically they terminated the removal proceedings for you. I don't understand what you mean they cancel it. If they cancel it because they want to reschedule it, well, you have to wait. Or because they want to reschedule it. If they want to reschedule it, then you have to call them to see when they're going to reschedule it. Because even if you have an I-130 approved because you are in removal, you cannot adjust status with USCIS. You have to go back to court. So it's your responsibility to find out on when the court is going to put your case on the docket again. Or if it was closed, basically you have to file a motion to reopen and terminate proceedings so that you can file with USCIS. So Bella, you need to schedule consultation, okay? Schedule consultation. I'm gonna leave the link for the consultation, and you can schedule consultation. Thank you very much, Tasha McDonald. Thank you, much appreciate, and thank you very much for coming. So we're gonna end this live session. I think it's too early for it anyway. So we're gonna end it. If you have more questions, just leave them there. We're gonna come back to it. Okay. Thank you very much. So I'm gonna try to end this live session. Yeah.